right, welcome to episode 3 of Community Chronicles, a DDPY community interview video series. I'm my special guest today. Everybody knows his name. Everybody knows him by multiple names. Sam Alba, the Streak.
There
Uh,
are many multiple names on that one, but we'll get to that later.
Sam agreed to sit down and chat with me today, and we're just looking to get to know him a little better. Everybody's heard his story. Everybody loves your regular posts. We get to see your ups, your downs, everything in between, and you're a great contributor to the community to help and keep
Thank you.
this thing going. So yeah, I guess we've heard it on DDP Radio. If you guys haven't heard it, you go back to, I believe it was the end of February. You can check out Sam's interview on DDP Radio. But we're gonna ask for just the movie trailer version of
Okay.
what got you here and what is the program doing for you now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's put it this way. I came, I saw, I conquered, been defeated, and I got back up again. So there's the quick version. You know what? It's just I needed to work on my health. I'm a father, husband, father facilitator, and I think for a long time I empowered. I really wanted to work on empowering a lot of people, and the point of my facilitation was to help people avoid to feel my pain. But I eventually learned from this program that I'm allowed to feel empowered as well. Instead of prevention, it's about empowering both you as the facilitator and empowering those that you serve. So I believe that, I believe in self-validity, self-worth, and again, spreading that and also personally believing that yourself. So
It's awesome. Yeah.
rated PG-13 by some viewers. So, or rated R, depends who you ask.
You mentioned that, we all know that this whole process, this commitment to improving our health has to be about ourselves. But to pay it forward in this community, you got to be willing to help others too. And to help inspire them, motivate them, and just sometimes let them think out loud to you. And I think that that's something you have a reputation for being great at.
I do unto others, Anthony. I mean, it really is. And trust me, there have been a lot of people who I've reached out to, and it's just really just passing the blessing along. When they reach out to me, they're also helping me as well. So I think it's a two-way street.
Yeah, I can tell you, I think it's helpful to kind of get those regular reminders that, oh man, somebody's watching. Like, this is for me. This isn't just I got to hold myself accountable, but by reaching out and building relationships within the community, you've got other people who, by their intention or no, are going to hold you accountable, but just by checking in on you once in a while. So,
Oh yeah, there are definitely people in the community that will give me a hard ass kick, and definitely Dallas. Aaron is another one. Let's see who else. Chas will hold me up. You guys, the Mofos, I'm sure if you're familiar with them, obviously. Rob Ramsey. I mean, I could name a ton of people, and not only they keep me accountable, but they're also my brothers and sisters. So it's family, and for that, I'm eternally grateful.
yeah, it's great. No matter what you're looking for, whether it's a shoulder to
Yeah.
cry on, an ear to bend, or a boot in your ass, you'll find it in
Oh
the.
yeah, tough love is definitely. I've definitely had a few times where I've been, mentally, physically threatened. So, in a good way, and I appreciated that.
That's great. Well, I guess what is one thing that if you had the opportunity today to say something to 2019 Sam, what would you say?
It's kind of hard. I think personally, I would have to learn how to forgive 2019 Sam because there's a lot of anger towards that person. But at the same time, I also had to remember what brought him to that. Mental health is a very, challenging issue that a lot of us face. And people who have never experienced mental health are so quick to judge. And I'm an advocate for mental health, and you got to understand that it's a medical condition, just like diabetes, just like heart conditions, just like kidney issues. It's a mental disease. It's a disease that's recognized, and it's not something they can just kick off. And, it needs therapy, it needs friendship, it needs love. And, in my case, it needs medication. And I'm totally open about what I take. And I don't even take anything that's worth anything on the street. So for all those people that think I'm getting doped up, it's not it. So people are quick to judge, and you know what? And that's the first thing I would have to tell 2019 Sam. Well, tell myself when I talk to 2019 Sam is don't be hard on him. You may have been angry at first, but he didn't know how to love himself, and he didn't know how to love himself mentally and physically, and he hid that for 37, 38 years. So,
Yeah,
and it's still a process today. So maybe
is.
he'd be my buddy who would help me in the gym too. He'd be my spotter. So
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how once you start making progress within the program physically and accomplishing new things physically, you do find out that, well, this is only going to take me so far. I got to get right with the guy in here. And that self-love is a thing that can be hard to come by, but once you start building it and once you start finding it, it's really a whole new world.
oh, you hit the nail on the head, Anthony. I mean, definitely. I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. So, what would you say is one thing that you can do now that you couldn't do before you joined the program, whether that be physical, mental, socially, whatever it may be?
To honestly look at myself and be okay with, helping others, but at the same time accepting help and, helping myself. Like Robin Williams said a quote when he said that, I often make people laugh and happy and joyous just so I can get them to avoid the way I feel. And I think I did that for a long time. I have the heart of a servant, and for serving people, it was avoiding anybody to feel the way I did. And it took this program and the community to say, you know what, Sam, you're allowed to be happy too. And even though outside looking in, things are going well, happy family, great son, good job, but it was still that internal thing that I didn't share. But I would have those moments of explosion, and it would be so epic, and yet it would draw a lot of attention because it would get to the point I had such a long fuse. But when that fuse was blown, everybody would be around. I was that pressure cooker that exploded, and all that shrapnel hit so many innocent people. And that's why I avoided people for a long time too. That was one point I brought up in my interview. It was because, I'd rather them forget about me than to be ashamed of me. So that's getting better. I can't say honestly that it's done, but it's a process that I'm still continuing to work on.
You mentioned your boy, who we see a lot in your posts. Who's got
Yeah,
he's working on his pompadour too, looks like. But
mine's a
I've
little
noticed
flat today, but there we go. It's a little better.
It's Saturday, right? It's
Yeah,
Saturday.
bro. I just put some water in my hair and just kind of made it look presentable. But here we go. There we go. Much better. There we are.
Does mine look okay?
Bro, yours is fabulous, man. You know what, bro? You're pulling the short and tight thing pretty awesome. I couldn't do it because I look like Uncle Fester.
You gotta go. Your options are short and tight or full Hogan, and full Hogan takes too long. So,
well, you're rocking it, man. I mean, dude, like I said, I look like a swollen matchstick if I tried that. So.
And you and your boy have gotten to be a bit of a snake whisperers lately, I see.
You know what? I've been around reptiles a long time, and when my son was born, I kind of put that off to the side, and he got really interested in it. I'd say by the age of 4, and then by 6-ish, I thought he was responsible enough to start. So that's just been a hobby him and I have been doing together. So yeah, I've handled 20-foot snakes, large ones. I've helped clean a rattlesnake cage. That my heart was pumping on that. I don't handle venomous snakes, but I did that one time, and oh my gosh, it was frightening. I mean, it was definitely safe in a controlled environment, but you hear that rattle going, it's like, shit, I better get this cleaned like now.
Yeah, I don't move fast enough to mess with rattlesnakes at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a guy had on the hook. It was a baby pygmy, and I think it was just more of the sound. I mean, that snake was so far away from me. Definitely a safe, controlled environment, but I just think the actual sound and the intimidation was just like, I better get this little one back in like now. So
I'm sorry. Little snake, hook or no, I'm puckering just at the thought. So,
no, I hear you, man.
all right. So, as we try to keep these videos fairly short. So,
Okay.
one of the things we like to do here at the end is just shoot out some rapid fire questions, just for funsies.
Oh,
So,
nice.
I'm gonna rattle some off, and you just you give me the first answer that pops into your head. All right.
All right.
Let's see, who's your favorite musical artist?
Oh God, man, that's huge. I've been on a Gojira kick lately, so I'm gonna say Gojira at least this second.
All right, cool, cool. What's your favorite book?
For whom the bell tolls.
Awesome. What is your favorite smell?
Uh, my grandmother's pozole.
Your least favorite smell?
Cinnamon brushes during fall. Those big giant cinnamon brushes. Oh Lord, no.
What's your favorite sound?
Um, my son laughing, especially in his sleep.
And your least favorite sound?
Oh, that's an easy one. Writing on paper with those big markers. Oh, I don't know why it just makes me cringe.
What is the, let's see here, what's your dream job?
Doing this in a bigger capacity, what I'm doing now. I think what I'm doing now, I'm finally calling it a career. I mean, it took me almost 40 years, but all right.
Yeah, well, great. I mean, you never know when it's going to come, but that's awesome. What's your most embarrassing moment?
Probably walking to school and didn't make it to the restroom, but luckily I still had a set of clothes and I had to go to like some tree areas and try to avoid people as much as possible to get to the bathroom and change my outfit. But nobody knew it. But I was like, "Hey Sam, let me talk to you." So I'm like, "Dude, I'm not talking to you, man. I gotta go." So that's one of them. I mean, I got plenty more, but that's the first thing that pops in my head.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
That it's okay for me to offer to receive the same um, validation that I'm offering other people.
Awesome. And what is the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
Running naked backwards in a cornfield.
All right. That's awesome. And then the last thing that we ask our guests to do, I say ours, is if there's someone, well, I guess the dog's in here, is to pick out a member of the DDPY community that you think deserves a shout out, a little bit of recognition for whatever reason, and just give us a little bit of why.
Well, I wanted to say Chas and Janae, but I think I'm going to go with Stacy Podkorski. The Sunshine Girl. She's definitely exactly. Um, when like I said, when I posted that text from DDPY, I got a lot of the tough love, which trust me, that tough love was all love, but she came from it from a whole different level when she reached out to me, and it was just love without the tough part, and really she really emphasized on the love part. So, you know what? Oh, and then what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna break your rule. Beverly Bowman. She is my sister from another mister. We have so much in common. It's so scary. We're all into the pomades. We have similar styles in clothing. She bourbon, scotch. I mean, literally, we are from. She is literally my sister from another mister. We somehow were born in the same womb in a different country, but somehow we talk. It's like talking to me almost. So she's She's like Sarah Connor. She hunts Terminators. So
That is the two freaking rock stars that you named right there, and Stacy and
yeah,
Peggy.
absolutely, man. I mean, for those about to rock, I salute them, obviously. So
All right. Well, awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Sam. Don't want to take up too much of your time today. So, everybody, come on back. We're looking to post another one of these in a couple of days. Got a mystery guest at this time, but we hope you'll come back. Let me know what you think about these videos. We appreciate getting an opportunity to talk to awesome people like Sam, and we want to talk to more of you. So, that's it for today. On to the next. Sam, why don't you give us one of your signature bangs to wrap it up here?
let me do my. I haven't posted this one in a bit. Bang, do it again tomorrow. The streak lives. There we go.
Awesome.